Shalom, welcome. My name is Rabbi Moshe Carlebach, and this is a weekly message brought to you from Chabad of Toluca Lake. You know, on Sunday was Father's Day, and I want to wish a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You know, what does it take to be a good dad, and how do we achieve that? So I'll tell you, it takes two words. You see, the Torah tells us the first Jewish father, Abraham, and it recalls the dialogue between his son. It says Isaac turns to his father and says, "Dad, father." And his father turns around and he says, "Hineni, here I am." So let me put that in perspective. The story we are told is that Abraham is faced with the ultimate test, the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate challenge. God turns to Abraham and says, "You must sacrifice your son." This kind of a test went against everything he knew. Went against his mind, his body, his soul. But yet, Abraham turns back to God and says the words, "Hineni, here I am." And the commentaries says that this means here I am with every sense of my being. I'm ready to do what you are asking for. You see, man by nature is ready to sacrifice, is ready to do whatever the need be. Whether go to war, whether provide a living for his family, he is ready to go out there and do whatever it takes. But maybe this was the test of Abraham. While he is going on his sacrifice, his mission for God, his son turns to him and says, "Dad." And the same hineni, the same readiness that he was told God that he is there for God, the same hineni, he turns to his son and says, "Son, I'm here. What do you need? I'm here for you." And maybe that was the ultimate test that Abraham passed in order to be the father of the Jewish people. You know, there's a story I once heard. A father comes home from work, he's a bit aggravated, he had a hard day, and his son turns to him and says, "Dad, how much do you make an hour?" So his father's a bit aggravated by this question. He says, $20 an hour. He says, "Well, can I have $9? So now the father's fuming. He says, "Chutzpah, asking me these questions just because you want some money for some toys or things." And he says, "Go march to your room and think about what you just said." And the father's so angry and he sits down, but after an hour he calms down and he says, "Maybe I was a bit harsh on my son. Maybe he needed the money. He doesn't always ask for money." So he goes to his room and he says, "Son, are you still up?" He says, "Yes, Dad." So he goes to the room and he says, "You know, here's the money you asked for. Perhaps I was a bit harsh on you." So the son's so excited, he goes to his pillow, he takes out the crumbled few notes, he adds up the money, and his dad turns to him, "Why did you need the $9 if you already had money?" So the son turns to his father and he says, "Dad, here's $20. Can I buy an hour of your time?" You know, my friends, we're so busy, we're so ready to do everything for our family and provide for them, but sometimes we forget the most important people, and that's our kids. And the point being is not only the time we spend with them, but for them to know that whenever it be, we are there for them. So my friends, have a great week and happy Father's Day, and we'll see you next week.